Well, it's time to survey that damage. Let's see what happened when it fell over and see if my welds held or if we're just starting all over from scratch. Let's take a peek. As you can see, we're going to go ahead and get 90 degrees square with this. Got one hell of an end step going. I've got it down on its own weight. As you can see, apparently it's holding itself up through that. At first I thought it was the brake system. The brake system is off. Again, this is also off. This looks like it's not actually damaged too badly. It looks like the ankle is actually doing its job, but you can see where the bar is actually bent now. Kind of expected that regardless. Was expecting to have to put that away and possibly replace it. That was kind of coming. That's all good thick steel, so I'm not worried about that. Coming around the side here, looks like all the components held together pretty well. This is the side that was in the air, not on the ground. Let's see here. Up top, the engine doesn't look like it took any real damage as far as I can tell. Looking on the ground, I can see the fluids. That's probably the hydraulic fluids. From what I'm seeing, the hoses seem to be in good shape. No big issue. Still not sure why this thing's floating in the air, except this. If we take a look back, this will really put you into some perspective here. That's straight, sort of. So yeah, looks like we've got some bent steel. Welds held, even the ugly ones. Probably gonna have to chop that out. The rest of the leg looks okay. Ankles themselves, that one actually looks okay for falling on its side. Apparently one of the toes got caught up in here somehow, and it's currently holding it up that way. That's an interesting concept right there all by itself. But again, you can see that fluid's dripped all down across there. I'm not seeing any breaks and welds anywhere across this. Just mostly, again, let's stand square here, and you can see this thing is not true. This is actually doing okay. This right leg doesn't even look like it's had an issue. Possibly a little bend more to the left right there. That might be an issue, but we can deal with that. This one, this is done and gone. Pretty sure I'm gonna have to redo the entire top end here. Kind of curious why it's so bent, but as I look, I can definitely see that right there. That is a bend. We might just cut that out and reform it. The only concern is that right there. Another good angle on that bend. Other than that, looks like that middle leg piece needs to be redone. And from what I've been seeing anyway, before this all went down, I was probably going to have to redo those anyway. So I think this time around I'll make it out of something just a little bit sturdier. Probably a 120 wall, 2.5 inch, like what that is right there. We'll see if we can't get that to do what it's supposed to. Anyway, so damage looks like we need one upper leg. Possibly revamp on this. This looks like it actually held pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty darn good. Yeah, so it looks like we just need to do something about that. Probably the whole leg because it's all bent. And possible redesign issue right there. So a lot going on there. Anyway, that's what we're looking at, is basically a left upper leg and probably a few bolts. Cut it out, maybe redo the top end, since I'm probably going to do that anyway on the upper hubs. It's probably long-standing coming. This is one of those things where it's going to be there, and we might as well upgrade it while we're at it. Anyway, good stuff. Looks like it survived its first test. Even the scaffolding did. A few bends, but nothing we ain't seen before.